Well, hello, friends. I'm Dave.
And I'm Tammy.
Welcome to Dave and Tammy in the Morning. Let me ask you a question. Have you heard about the $400 pig, the 400-pound pig in Detroit, Michigan? Have you heard about that, Tammy?
I have heard about that.
All right. Well, I looked it up because I couldn't believe it myself. But actually, the police rescued a 400-pound pig from the basement of a man's home in Detroit.
Right.
Can you believe that?
Right.
The report says that it was such a gruesome scene that the neighbors were complaining. They didn't know really what was happening. But the police got there, and initially they thought it was some sort of prank, right?
Right.
Because, it just didn't add up. But they did a little bit of research and dug a little deeper. Get it? Dug a little deeper into the basement. And they found this 400,000-pound pig, 400-pound pig in the basement, of this guy's home. And they say that, there was no way to get to it, and there was actually just like a trap door and a ladder down to where the pig was at. But the police worked for almost 12 hours using, some cranes and some record trucks and some slings to try to finally get this pig out. But after 12 hours, they finally got the pig out, out of the basement of this guy's home. Can you believe that?
That poor pig.
That poor pig. Well, how much pig stuff do you have in your basement? Huh?
Metaphorically speaking, too much.
Too much pig stuff. But let's talk about this, because this pig in the basement, this 400-pound pig in the basement, can metaphorically represent, a lot of stuff in people's lives. Okay, that they just have buried. It's just baggage. Okay, and it comes with this negative overture. Okay, that just sort of develops into their personality, develops into their mindset, develops into their outlook, develops into their life. Okay, and this 400-pound gorilla, this 400-pound pig in this case, is all the stuff that you don't like, and it comes out in ways of I can't do this, or it comes out in ways of I'm not pretty, or I'm not beautiful, or I'm not loved.
Self-doubt.
Self-doubt. Okay, all of these negative things in people's lives. I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to have enough. Okay, and it's all stems from negative things that's either happened, negative things that people have told you. Okay, that you have developed within yourself, and you have laid claim to those negative things and claim them as your own. Okay, and they're just baggage. It's 400 pounds of baggage of pig in the basement that we have come to terms with of calling it stinking thinking. Okay, so over the course of your life, over the input that you've got from other people, from things that's happened in your life, you have developed what? Stinking thinking, and 400 pounds of it, and that's the pig in your basement. So there's a lot of things, though, that comes from this story. A lot of things that you can do to get rid of this pig in the basement. Get rid of this 400-pound monster that's living in your life, that you buried down in sort of Pandora's box. Okay, that when you open it, everything comes out. Okay, and it only takes one little instance. Something happened in your life, and boop, there opens the box, and all this negative stuff just comes pouring out. And we've told, because we've talked about it in other broadcasts and other podcasts, that the power of attraction and the attraction formula states that you will attract more of what you dwell on the most, what you focus on the most. So if you focus on all the negative stuff, and you focus on all the 400 pounds of crap, the stinking thinking in your basement, you're going to attract to yourself more of that. And who's going to listen to it?
No one wants to listen to that negative stuff.
Only the negative people want to listen to it. Okay, because now they're going to try to one-up you. Okay, so if you go talk to positive...
I'm more pitiful than you.
I'm more pitiful than you. Look what happened to me. And that just adds to your 400-pound pig in the basement, your stinking thinking. Now, what happens when you talk to positive people?
They're going to want to one-up you, too.
They're going to one-up you, but it's a one-up positive. Okay, so they're going to feed you something even more positive than what you have. Which is a lot better than more negative than what you have. Okay, I can't believe what happened to me. Last Wednesday, my tires flew off my car and I skidded down there, and the next person says, oh, you will never happen to me. I walked out of Walmart and I didn't even have a car anymore. It was gone. And then my groceries ruined because they got overheated and my ice cream melted. And I got home and my dog was gone because he was in the car. And then my husband got mad and he left because I lost the dog. He could care less about the car. So you see how this negative thing just sort of dwindles down and adds to the pig in the basement.
Right.
The stinking thinking.
Right.
Okay. So you could walk out to Walmart and say, wow, my car's gone. I get a new car.
That's what I'm saying.
I get a new car.
Hey, honey, I hit a deer on the way home and totaled the car.
I get a new car. Okay. So you go down to the dealer and you talk to the best salesman they got, and he says, ma'am, you deserve the vet. Okay. He's going to up you one.
Yeah.
You're taking this so well, I think you need the vet. And you come home with the vet.
Yeah.
You come home with the Lexus. You come along with the Lamborghini? I don't know. So anyway, but you get one upped into the positive world, and you need to feed yourself this inspiration and this motivation daily. I want to read for you something. Do you know Ella Wheeler Wilcox?
I have heard of her.
I've heard of her, okay.
She's a poet.
Well, she's a poet. Well, she wrote this one thing. I want to read it to you today. It says, with every deed you're sowing a seed, though the harvest you may not see. Let's go back over that. With every deed you're sowing a seed, though the harvest you may not see. What does that mean?
You're sowing seeds every day. You're not going to see that harvest right away.
Well, you're not going to see the harvest the same day you sow the seed.
Right.
Okay, but you have to have faith. Mm-hmm. You have to have inspiration. Mm-hmm. You have to have motivation.
Right.
You have to have a positive mindset. And you have to get rid of the stinking thinking.
Right.
Okay? That way, the seed that you plant today can be a positive seed that gets nourished, that gets tended, that gets gardened.
Right.
Okay? That gets watered to produce the positive harvest.
That will flourish.
It will flourish into something positive if you nurture it so.
Right.
Okay, and you have to get rid of the stinking thinking to do that. One of my dearest mentors, Robert Hollis, is he's a multimillionaire. He's been credited for mentoring something like 44 or 45 people to the $1 million status or more. The guy knows basically how to change your mindset, how to work on you, how to get rid of the stinking thinking, how to change your negative into a positive, and how to get you into the prosperity zone. And today I wanted to share with you a little audio from a video of his. And what I will do is I will just play this video, and it will come onto the air here during this podcast, and you'll get to hear the kind of an overview of this training that he did.
All right.
In the mentorship program.
Hello, this is Robert Hollis, and I got an incredible video for you today. Here's the question. I want you to think about this. Would you be willing to train and go through more training to get a raise? To get a raise. Now, for some of you that had a job or currently are in a job, let me relate to you on this. See, I was an auto mechanic. And as I was an auto mechanic, I was out there working, went to a trade school. And thank God, I mean that, an individual named Professor Betts said to me, Robert, listen, have you ever heard of ASC, Automotive Service Excellence? I said, no. He said, listen, these are tests that you can take. And if you take these tests, guess what? You're going to get more money for doing the same jobs, because the company that you work for, the auto mechanic, will put this little gear up there that says ASC Certified Technicians. And if you got that little patch on your arm, you'll make more money. And I was like, really? And he said, yeah, believe it or not, there's 9 of them. And it's about 10 cents per hour per test. No brainer. Now, I know that some of you would go, no, I'm not doing it. And that's okay. But I'm the kind of guy that if I can do something and really focus, then I could make a huge difference. So what I did is I went, wow, I'm going to focus on these tests. I studied them. I asked questions. I took the test. I passed the test. And I became an ASC certified technician. Now, when I got out, my first job, believe it or not, everyone's got to have a first job as a mechanic, was at Kmart. I was a Kmart mechanic. And as soon as I went there, here I am, an ASC certified master technician. And the guy said to me, the service manager, Robert, if you take the test and became Kmart certified, you also get a raise. Sign me up. So I want each and every one of you, in this thought of this video, is just think about that. When you're an entrepreneur, the way you make money in the world, Jim Rohn said this best. If you want more money for doing the same or less work, you have to become more valuable. You have to learn a skill set and learn things that make you more valuable in the marketplace. That's the importance that we offer here with Unlimited Profits. So understand this is just a short video asking yourself, man, would I like a raise? And every year since I became an entrepreneur, because I'm dedicated and committed and disciplined, I'm learning new things. I've made myself more valuable. And by making myself more valuable, my income has gone up every single year. If I can do it, so can you. So understand, I go in this more in detail in the mentorship program. It's just incredible. I've dedicated a lot of hours and time to it. And I, again, go into more detail on these skills that you need to become more valuable in the marketplace. Again, if I can do it and others can do it, so can you. Take care. God bless.
Well, that's straight out of the video from Robert Hollis. And that goes back to what we were saying. This stinking thinking, this 400-pound gorilla pig in your basement, okay, if you want more out of life, you have to nourish yourself to become more valuable.
Right.
Okay? You have to constantly school yourself.
Right.
Okay, a lot of people went to school and they graduated and they started a job and they quit learning.
Right.
Okay, they quit educating themselves. They quit motivating themselves. They quit all the stuff, all the positive stuff that was feeding them, that they need to feed themselves to be successful in life, to have the most out of life, to have the very best that they can. They stop giving it. Okay, they start collecting it for themselves.
Right.
Okay, and what they developed was stinking thinking.
Right.
Okay, and it's so important. It's so important to restructure your mind. It's so important to restructure your mindset. But it's so important. The most important thing is to get rid of the pig in your basement. Okay. Today on the morning show with Dave and Tammy, I'll leave a link in the podcast, okay, there in the comment section if you are accessing the podcast that way. Go ahead and follow that link. I invite you. Robert's available. His mentorship program's available. I'm telling you, it has changed thousands and thousands of lives. And I'll leave a link there where you can access this video and many, many more, over 200 hours of training in there. I would, hey, if I was looking, if there was even a remote chance in my life that I thought I could get rid of that pig in the basement, that I could change my thinking, if I could change my mindset, and thereby change my direction in life, I would take advantage of that mentoring that Robert offers. Mm-hmm. Friends, I'm Dave Shirley. This is Tammy. I want to thank you once again for being part of our podcast today. This has been Dave and Tammy in the Morning.